The mysterious demise that shocked Hollywood. What happens when a beloved television personality vanishes from a Mexican resort, only to be found floating in shallow waters days later? When a fisherman discovered Tonight Show star Carol Wayne's body off the coast of Mexico, authorities immediately labeled her death as suspicious, but nothing could have prepared them for what the investigation would reveal. With her high-pitched voice, voluptuous figure, and impeccable comedic timing, Carol Wayne earned her regular spot as Johnny Carson's naive matinee lady on The Tonight Show. But behind the bright lights and playful innuendos lay a world of darkness few ever glimpsed. Was Carol Wayne's tragic end merely a terrible accident, or was something far more sinister at play? Stay tuned as we uncover the shocking truth behind one of Hollywood's most disturbing unsolved mysteries. Carol Wayne's journey to stardom began far from the glamour of Hollywood's spotlight. Born in Chicago in 1942, Wayne showed promise as a performer from an early age. By just 15, she and her sister had embarked on a grueling 42-city tour with the Ice Capadies, a decision that would alter the course of her life forever. But what price did the young performer pay for this early entry into show business? The sisters sacrificed their education, dropping out of high school to pursue their skating dreams. For Carol, the cost would prove even steeper. During one performance, disaster struck when she suffered a devastating fall that left her with a 5-inch scar running down her knee. The injury didn't just end that night's performance, it shattered her skating career entirely. Skating taught me to be limber, but marriage really taught me how to be flexible, Wayne would later joke, masking the pain of her lost childhood with humor. Can you imagine dedicating your formative years to a craft, missing out on typical teenage experiences, only to watch it all disappear in an instant? With no high school diploma and her skating career in ruins, Wayne faced a critical question. What now? The answer would lead her down a path few could have predicted for the former ice princess. Behind closed doors, the reality of her situation was sinking in. Years of dedicated training, countless sacrifices, and now she had nothing to show for it. The entertainment world, however, wasn't finished with Carol Wayne. It was just getting started. Following their departure from the Ice Capadies, Carol and her sister Nana made a decision that raised more than a few eyebrows. They became showgirls at Las Vegas's Tropicana. The skimpy costumes left little to the imagination, prompting their mother to quip, "Could you ask them for a couple more feathers?" But the stage lights of Vegas would lead Carol to an unexpected opportunity. During one of her frequent trips to Los Angeles, Wayne found herself at a Hollywood party when a stranger approached with words that would change her life. "We're looking for a girl just like you." The next morning, she aced her screen test, landing her first acting role. Wayne later joked, glancing down at her curvaceous figure, "And I've gotten all my parts ever since then." Was it mere coincidence that led her to that fateful party? Or was Carol's trajectory guided by something more deliberate? By 1967, Wayne had secured guest spots on popular shows like I Dream of Jeannie and The Man from UNCLE, playing characters with sultry names like Ginger LeVere and Bootsy Nightingale. But the role that would define her career was just around the corner. It was Johnny Carson himself who spotted Wayne's unique appeal. Her combination of innocence and sensuality made her perfect for his tea time movie sketches on The Tonight Show. As the matinee lady opposite Carson's sleazy host Art Fern, Wayne's perfectly timed reactions to double entendres made the segments a viewer favorite. What began as a one-off appearance evolved into more than 100 episodes over the next decade. The chemistry between Wayne and Carson was palpable, sparking persistent rumors of a behind-the-scenes romance. When questioned about it years later, Wayne didn't exactly deny the speculation. "He loves me. I love him. It's an understanding, a given," she said with a knowing smile. "He still sees me every day in his dreams." Was there more to their relationship than professional collegiality? Carson never publicly commented on the matter. Meanwhile, Wayne's personal life was anything but stable. Keep watching to discover how her romantic entanglements would lay the groundwork for her eventual downfall. Behind Carol Wayne's bubbly on-screen persona lay a woman desperately seeking stability in her personal life. In May 1965, she married Loretto Larry Sir, but the union lasted barely 2 years. Skating taught me to be limber, but that marriage really taught me how to be flexible, Wayne quipped, masking her disappointment with humor. Was this pattern of failed relationships a sign of deeper troubles? Shortly after her divorce, while her star was rising on The Tonight Show, Wayne met rock and roll photographer Barry Feinstein. The connection was immediate but complicated. Feinstein was still married to Mary Travers of the folk group Peter, Paul, and Mary. According to Hollywood insiders, Wayne didn't hesitate to pursue him, allegedly referring to her predecessor's band as Peter, Paul, and Scary. Did this behavior reveal a ruthless streak beneath Wayne's sweet exterior? Wayne and Feinstein married in 1969, and a year later welcomed their son Alex, Wayne's only child. For a brief moment, it seemed the actress had found the family stability she craved. But by 1974, this marriage too had crumbled, leaving Wayne a single mother at age 32. Just 1 year later, Wayne tied the knot with television producer Burt Sugarman, who created shows that perfectly suited her bubbly persona. Under his influence, Wayne branched out, appearing as a panelist on game shows like Celebrity Sweepstakes while maintaining her Tonight Show appearances. In 1979, after nearly a decade away from film, she returned to the big screen with a role in the ensemble comedy Scavenger Hunt. The late 1970s represented the peak of Wayne's career. She had steady work, name recognition, and a seemingly supportive husband. But what happened next shocked everyone. In the early 1980s, the entertainment industry underwent seismic shifts. Johnny Carson, frustrated with NBC, threatened to quit The Tonight Show. While network executives managed to retain their star, they compromised by reducing the show from 90 minutes to 1 hour. This meant cutting segments, including the tea time sketches featuring Wayne's matinee lady. Simultaneously, Wayne's marriage to Sugarman disintegrated, with their divorce finalized in 1980. Can you imagine losing your marriage and your steady job in the same devastating period? For Carol Wayne, this was just the beginning of a downward spiral that would end in tragedy. By 1984, Carol Wayne's star had fallen precipitously. The woman who once charmed millions on The Tonight Show now found herself struggling to land even minor roles. What mysterious forces had conspired to derail her once promising career? Wayne's financial situation had become dire. Court records reveal a shocking truth. That same year, she filed for bankruptcy, declaring zero income. The actress, who had been a television mainstay for over a decade, could no longer support herself. But behind this financial collapse lurked an even darker reality. According to Hollywood's Babylon Women, Wayne's son Alex, then in high school, introduced his mother to cocaine cigarettes. What began as experimentation quickly escalated into dependency. Witnesses reported that Wayne consumed these substances so frequently that their distinctive odor got her banned from numerous Hollywood restaurants. Was this spiral into addiction a desperate attempt to cope with her fading career, or had these destructive habits contributed to her professional decline? In a move that revealed her financial desperation, Wayne agreed to pose for Playboy magazine that same year. The once innocent matinee lady now appeared in provocative photos that left nothing to the imagination. For a woman who had built her career on suggestive humor while maintaining an air of naivety, this explicit photo shoot represented a significant shift. Did Wayne see this as her last chance to revive her career, or merely a way to pay mounting bills? Amid this chaos, Wayne managed to secure a role in the 1984 film Heartbreakers, a dramatic departure from her comedic persona. Renowned critic Roger Ebert singled out her performance, writing, "Her performance is so good, so heartbreaking, if you will, that it pulls the whole movie together." This critical acclaim could have marked the beginning of a career renaissance for Wayne, a transition to more serious dramatic roles. But fate had other plans. Heartbreakers would be the last film Carol Wayne would ever make. What happened next would shock Hollywood and leave investigators puzzled for decades to come. In January 1985, Carol Wayne made a decision that would prove fatal. She traveled to the Las Hadas resort in Manzanillo, Mexico, reportedly to overcome her substance abuse problems. Was this truly an attempt at recovery, or was something more sinister afoot? Wayne wasn't alone on this trip. Accompanying her was Edward Durston, described variously as a car salesman and Hollywood man about town. The nature of their relationship remained unclear. Were they romantically involved, or was Durston simply a companion? Whatever their connection, hotel staff later reported the pair spent their days in Mexico, drinking and dancing, rather than focusing on sobriety. On January 10th, events took a troubling turn when Wayne and Durston missed their flight back to Los Angeles. Unable to afford another night at the luxurious Las Hadas resort, they reluctantly accepted the staff's suggestion to stay at the more affordable Playa de Santiago hotel nearby. According to eyewitnesses, Wayne was furious about the downgrade, considering the new accommodation a dump. Can you imagine the frustration she must have felt, stranded in a foreign country with dwindling resources? As Durston and a bellboy carried their luggage to the room, Wayne remained outside, visibly upset. When they returned to the hotel foyer, they made a chilling discovery. Wayne had vanished. No one saw where she had gone? Did she storm off to cool down? Was she meeting someone? Or had something more tragic occurred? Durston's subsequent actions raised serious questions. Rather than immediately searching for Wayne or contacting authorities, he reportedly waited at the hotel bar, expecting her return. When she failed to appear, instead of filing a missing person report, Durston checked into another hotel, making it impossible for Wayne to find him even if she tried. The next morning, in perhaps his most suspicious move, Durston flew back to Los Angeles without Wayne, taking her luggage with him and telling airline staff she would collect it herself later. 3 days later, on January 13th, a fisherman made a horrifying discovery. Carol Wayne's fully clothed body was floating in the shallow waters of Santiago Bay. The beloved television personality was dead at just 42 years old. But what happened next will shock you even more. The discovery of Carol Wayne's body immediately triggered a suspicious death investigation by Mexican authorities. District Attorney Jorge Hernandez openly questioned the possibility of accidental drowning. The bay waters were notoriously calm and shallow. Could a healthy 42-year-old woman really have drowned there accidentally? Moreover, Wayne's body showed no signs of trauma, cuts, or bruises that would indicate a fall. Was there a more sinister explanation? The autopsy revealed several crucial details. Wayne had been dead for approximately 36 to 48 hours when discovered, placing her time of death shortly after her disappearance from the hotel. Perhaps, most surprisingly, toxicology reports showed no alcohol or drugs in her system. Despite her reported substance abuse problems, Wayne was completely sober when she died. Does this contradict the reports of drinking at the resort? Or had she actually been attempting sobriety? Attention inevitably turned to Edward Durston, whose behavior following Wayne's disappearance raised red flags. Why didn't he report her missing? Why flee to another hotel and then leave the country with her belongings? But the most disturbing revelation was yet to come. This wasn't Durston's first association with a suspicious death. In 1969, aspiring actress Diane Linkletter, daughter of television personality Art Linkletter, allegedly jumped to her death from a window after calling Durston to her apartment. Though investigators ultimately ruled out foul play in that case, the eerie parallel between the two incidents couldn't be ignored. Was this merely a tragic coincidence, or was there a pattern to these deaths? Despite the suspicious circumstances, Mexican authorities eventually ruled Wayne's death accidental, concluding she must have slipped and fallen into the water while walking along the beach in a distressed state. Durston was never charged with any crime related to her death, even after several reinvestigations of the case. The ruling carried a painful irony. Throughout her Tonight Show appearances, one recurring joke about Wayne's voluptuous figure was, "With that chest, this lady will never drown." Even more heartbreaking was a prophetic exchange with Carson years earlier, when he told her, "Someday you'll be 47, Carson's age at the time. To which Wayne replied hopefully, "I hope so." She never made it past 42. Today, more than 4 decades after her mysterious death, Carol Wayne remains largely forgotten by the public that once adored her. Her passing marked the end of an era for The Tonight Show. Johnny Carson retired the Art Fern character for nearly a year out of respect for his departed colleague. Was this gesture merely professional courtesy, or did it reveal deeper feelings Carson never publicly acknowledged? Wayne's tragic story serves as a cautionary tale about Hollywood's dark underbelly. How could someone go from skating prodigy to Tonight Show, regular, to bankruptcy and mysterious death in such a short span? Her journey reveals the entertainment industry's cruel capacity to elevate stars only to discard them when their usefulness ends. Most disturbing is how quickly Wayne's memory faded from public consciousness. Despite appearing in millions of American living rooms for over a decade, her contributions to television comedy have been largely erased from cultural memory. Does this erasure reflect our discomfort with confronting the tragic fates of our entertainers? The circumstances surrounding Wayne's final days continue to raise questions. Why would someone reportedly trying to overcome addiction travel to a resort known for its party atmosphere? What really happened during that heated moment at the hotel? And perhaps, most importantly, why did authorities so quickly accept the drowning explanation despite the suspicious circumstances? Edward Durston, the last person known to see Wayne alive, never faced legal consequences for his questionable actions following her disappearance. He returned to his life in Los Angeles while Wayne's 14-year-old son lost his mother forever. Was justice truly served? For those who remember her work with Carson, Carol Wayne represents a bygone era of television comedy, one where suggestive humor relied on innuendo rather than explicit content. Her matinee lady character, with its perfect balance of innocence and sensuality, helped make The Tonight Show the cultural institution it became. What dark secrets did Carol Wayne take to her watery grave? Will we ever know the complete truth about what happened at that Mexican resort in January 1985? Some Hollywood mysteries are destined to remain unsolved. If you found this story fascinating, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more incredible Hollywood secrets. Want to learn about other mysterious celebrity deaths? Leave a comment below letting us know which forgotten star we should cover next. Your support means everything to us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.